We're here on board the Kerry Head out in the wonderful Galway Bay at a sun-soaked SeaFest. I am joined by Ciaran Oliver, who owns this wonderful motorboat, and he was just telling us that in fact it's a family business, and we have his nephew Callum who is actually sailing the boat at the moment. Ciaran, thank you so much for having us on board.
No problem, you're more than welcome, and we are very welcome to Galway, everybody. You're very welcome to SeaFest. We're delighted to be part of the festival for the last 3 years, in fact, and well done to the Marine Institute for putting it together. We're passionate about the seas ourselves, and this is our part. And as I say to people, the sea is our life, our family's life, but we want to share it with everybody. So it is accessible to everybody. Just give us a call, and we're here after SeaFest as well. So.
And Ciaran, what's quite remarkable is that, and you know, I live in Galway, and many people watching this will be quite the same. You run these tours all year round, so it's really important for you to get that message out at SeaFest, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Ciaran. Yeah, we run tours all year round. Obviously, it's weather dependent, and we're exceptionally lucky with the weather over the last number of weeks. So we are quite busy. But we offer sailing courses and training courses, and we do winter projects and stuff with the Bádáirí and Claddock. We work very closely with these guys who are responsible for our fleet of Galway hookers. We're also closely affiliated to the Port of Galway Sea Scouts, where we train kids from the age of 6 years of age and upwards, and get them out on the water and get them sailing, and just harness this wonderful natural amenity that we have available to us.
Now, we're an island nation, but I often wonder if we actually take advantage of this amazing resource on our doorstep. Do you think that we do?
I don't think so. I think there's a small number of people that realise, and yes, I suppose maybe the thinking is maybe people think it's not accessible, but it is. It is accessible through clubs and associations under the ISA. National sailing body. There's courses and training centres all over the country, okay, and Galway in particular is becoming very big for this now, and I'm glad to see it. We're all glad to see it. As I said, the weather does help, but all year round, even like if you're a sailor, you need wind. So we don't have much wind today, but we have some sailing boats out there as well, so it's great to see.
So we're on our way out to Nemo's Pier, and I understand that we may get a glimpse of a special guest that hangs out here in the waters. Tell us about who we might see, Ciaran.
So we have a resident dolphin here. That's his nickname is Nemo, after Nemo's Pier, the pier built by Alexander Nemo in 1822. And this guy comes along. I'm not a dolphin expert, but this guy arrives. He stays here for about 5 months of the year. Arrives in April, and if you are lucky, you can see him. He was seen jumping here on the last trip. So some of our guests got to see him jumping and splashing around in the water and having fun. So keep your eyes peeled, and you never know.
So I'm joined here by Bobby. Bobby's 8 and also from Galway. Bobby, are you enjoying the Galway Bay boat tour?
Yeah.
Is this your first time on a boat tour on Galway Bay?
Yeah.
And would you do another one?
Yeah.
Okay, Ciaran, so I think you've got your first conversion on this trip. You might take Bobby out. Tell us about the famous Galway hookers. I mean, they are synonymous with Galway, and you actually do tours on board those also.
Not tours as such, but we're training individuals. We're part of a group called Bádáirí and Claddock. This group was formed about 12 years ago, and at the time there was only 2 original Galway hookers left in the Claddock. And so when the group was formed, the concept was we wanted to build a fleet of Galway hookers for the city, right? These are community-owned boats, but unfortunately there's only a handful of people that can really, I suppose, know them, can build them and sail them and whatever. So we are part of this group. But part of the wider picture, or the bigger picture for all of this, is we want to share this resource also with everybody. So I use the term loosely. They are accessible to everybody, but obviously with proper training and get involved in the volunteer movement and whatever. And yes, we'd only be delighted, obviously, to take Galwegians out, but anybody in particular, anybody, tourists and locals alike. So.
Now, Callum, your nephew, as I mentioned, is sailing this boat right now. What age is Callum?
Callum is 9 years of age. Okay, so we are a family. We're a family of fishermen. I suppose if we were to put ourselves in a class, you might call us hookermen and fishermen. So we're one of the last remaining families in the Cladda actually still fishing, so on a commercial basis. So we fish for lobsters and shrimp and we're very, I suppose this is our resource, this is our land, maybe you might say, you know. But as I said, it's there for everybody, and we'd like to share it. Okay, so but yeah, family business. So all my own kids, my brothers, children, and all that, they like the water, they love the water, and we do take advantage of it. But yeah, so I suppose maybe we realise it, you know what I mean. But so we'd hopefully like to get more people on board.
Well, there you have it. They want more people on board boats in Galway Bay. We are an island nation. We are so lucky to live along the famous Wild Atlantic Way. So from me, from Ciaran, and from everybody on board the Kerry Head, make sure you get down to SeaFest and experience all the on the water activities.